tonight. A shooting leaves 2 people dead tonight. What we know about the crime scene so far. Plus, Rhode Island makes a pitch to the Pawtucket Red Sox. But Worcester businesses say they still support the team coming to the city. 2 people are dead following a shooting in West Boylston. Good evening, I'm Anna Botari. State and local police on scene at an industrial park Monday afternoon. The Worcester DA's office says the 2 victims, a husband and wife, had gunshot wounds to their heads. Our Cam Jandro has more from West Boylston tonight.
Anna, I'm in West Boylston, and there is still very little information on this case at this hour. But what we do know is both victims were in their 70s. Now, the female victim was pronounced dead at the scene, while the male victim was transferred to a local hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Earlier today, District Attorney Joseph Early Jr. spoke about the deaths. Investigators searched through a vehicle in West Boylston Monday. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office confirms 2 bodies are found inside.
We have 2 unattended deaths right now in West Boylston. We know them to be a husband and a wife. We have 2 active scenes, this scene here and also a scene at a residence where we do know that some notes have been left.
Police say they responded to the industrial park near 127 Hartwell Street around 2:30 in the afternoon. The couple was found in the parking lot, and the district attorney says both had suffered from gunshot wounds to the head. One was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other was later pronounced dead at a local hospital.
I can't give you the names of the people right now, and we can tell you that there is no risk to the general public.
Kyle Connor works next door on Hartwell Street. He says he didn't hear any gunshots, but says he saw police respond to the vehicle.
Just the police kind of around it, and then they pulled a male out of the driver's side.
Now, like the district attorney said, there is no threat to the general public. The deaths, however, will be investigated by the Massachusetts State Police, the DA's office, as well as West Boylston Police. Reporting in West Boylston tonight, I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Cam. The Pearl-Elm Garage in Worcester is set to receive a complete renovation. Fencing and risers are around the structure. In a statement Monday, the city says the garage will undergo an $18 million total rehabilitation project, including new concrete and steel, upgraded decking, and a new facade, elevators, and a stairwell. Earlier this year, the Worcester Regional Chamber of Commerce asked the city for renovations on the garage downtown. The organization said the garage is in complete disrepair and has, quote, reached a crisis point.
It's definitely worn down. Caution tape's been around in the past couple of days. A lot of money for sure, but I think it would be well worth it. Definitely, there's a lot of people parking these buildings, but I think it'd be worth it.
In a statement, the chamber said by investing in this downtown property, the city is demonstrating their commitment to the business community by providing safe and ample parking for the employees, clients, and businesses in the Central Business District. Rhode Island lawmakers approve a bill which is aimed at keeping the Pawtucket Red Sox in Pawtucket. So the team now must choose to stay home or move to Worcester. And in Worcester, businesses saying they're staying positive and would support the team if they came to the city. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
The Paw Sox must decide whether to stay or move. Rhode Island's General Assembly passed a funding framework last week allowing for a new stadium to be built in Pawtucket. In Worcester, businesses say they would support the team.
We certainly think it's a positive thing for the city of Worcester, and as such, we definitely support anything that's going to be good for the city.
Will be a boost for the local economy. We saw it with hockey.
Michael Covino is the president of Niche Hospitality Group. They sponsor the Worcester Railers Hockey Club and say they would sponsor the Paw Sox if they came.
There's a lot of synergies with food and beverage around sporting events, and so that's what we do. So we would be looking to pounce on opportunities to support, but also some opportunities for us to continue to grow our business in and around these awesome things that the city is trying to bring our way.
The Rhode Island House and Senate overwhelmingly supported the financing bill. The Paw Sox released a statement saying, "The team immediately began to study the enabling legislation when we received it late Friday morning. The club and the city of Pawtucket will meet promptly to begin the discussion of its contents." The city of Worcester declined to comment. The team has been eyeing a space in the Canal District for a new stadium. The Hanover Theater says they would also support the move, saying it will bring families to Worcester.
The more people come to the Worcester, the more they see what's here, what's available, the more excited they get, and the more they'll come back.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A well-known Worcester bakery is closing its doors after almost 90 years in business. Mrs. Mack's Bakery and Restaurant on Grafton Street posted to their Facebook page saying, after 89 years and 3 generations, the time has come to say goodbye. The business opened its doors in Worcester in 1929. They'll be officially closing July 1st. Demolition appears one step closer for the former Notre Dame church in Worcester, as another effort by a group trying to save the church is denied. The Massachusetts Appeals Court denied an appeal filed last week by the Save Notre Dame Alliance. 13 people appealed a ruling made by Superior Court Judge James Gavin Reardon Jr., who denied a motion for an injunction to prevent the demolition of Notre Dame Church before a state review is completed. The group says these rulings are a, quote, serious blow to their efforts, but they will continue fighting to save it. Recreational marijuana shops could soon be opening in the city. Some school committee members are worried about the close proximity they may have to the schools, and it could affect students. Our Brittany Schaefer explains.
The Worcester School Committee is asking the City Council to consider a larger restriction zone between schools and marijuana shops.
My concern is that we have children, 500 feet away from a school for a shop. Children are going to be passing by it each day. I don't think that's in the best interest of our community.
The new recommendation is 1,000 feet. Former principal and committee member John Monfredo made the request. He says many parents are concerned.
Many of the parents, especially the parents of children who are walking home from school, had major concerns. We're always talking about the importance of modeling for children, and this certainly is not a good model. It certainly is not something that children should be exposed to.
School Safety Director Rob Pizzella says there have already been issues at schools with medical marijuana.
We have seen medical marijuana brownies being confiscated on school property, where students actually ingested these brownies and ended up getting sick and being rushed to the emergency ward. We also had an elementary school student very recently on one of our elementary school playgrounds come across and found a medical marijuana gummy bear type package.
Pizzella says if shops are just 500 feet away, people who buy the drug could sell it to students.
We are very concerned that the marijuana that's going to be sold in these pot shops are going to end up in the hands of minors. We know it affects their academic performance, their attendance in schools, and eventually addiction.
Monfredo says there is a lot the city will need to learn as the recreational shops come to Worcester, and he doesn't want children to be in jeopardy.
Citizens of Massachusetts did pass it, and I think they made a major mistake in passing it. Well, if the recreational side comes to Worcester, we have no idea how to control it.
The restriction zone change will be brought up at Tuesday night's City Council meeting. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
An international conference at WPI brings more than 100 researchers to the city. The 27th International Conference on Discrete Simulation of Fluid Dynamics is being held at WPI for the first time. The last time it was held in the U.S. was 8 years ago. The purpose of the conference is to bring people who are working on the technological side and experimental side to discuss topics and present their research.
A range of topics from wide variety of fluid mechanics applications, from active fluids to turbulence to thermal flows, solid state systems. It's just when you talk about complex fluids, there's a lot of daily examples, which are essentially shampoos you use, or milk or other types of granular things that you can use in daily.
The conference will run through Friday. Each day, different topics will be discussed and information presented. Shore Park Beach getting an upgrade just in time for summer. Camps and families took advantage of the new facility while enjoying the weather today. The $1.4 million construction project builds a new bathhouse with restrooms, a lifeguard room, first aid room, and storage. Renovations also include new drainage and storm water management systems and walkways.